Hello guys, Igor here doing one more WriterZen tutorial, and today I'm gonna show you how you can paraphrase with WriterZen to avoid plagiarism. This is a pretty simple lesson, but still it has some kind of tips that I can give you to make the process better. The first thing that you need to understand is that on WriterZen, there is two ways to work with the AI assistant. You can click here to go directly to the playground, and on the playground to rewrite, you're gonna select here, rewrite, and you can see that WriterZen has two formulas for rewriting: explain it to a child and text rewriter. Or you can just select the part of the text that you want to direct the AI, and then you can select rewrite and use one of those two formulas. I usually like to select and then activate the AI shortcut. But one thing that I would like to say to you as a tip is that when you are rewriting, try to select less steps, less phrase per rewriting, otherwise it will not work properly. Remember on WordTune that if you select more than 3 phrases on WordTune, their AI will go and rewrite that, and then rewrite that, and then rewrite that. Okay? If you do that, if you just go rewriting at least 2 phrases like that, you'll get a better result. And then you just click here, and you can select text rewriter or explain it to a child. When you select the explain to a child, your output will be more direct. The language will be, easy to understand. That a child would understand that kind of explanation. So I'm gonna select here text rewriter, and then again here you will choose your temperature. More, you have more diverse results, and less diverse results. Usually I use the number 3 and click on generate. Wrote. Before we dive in, let's first define what a copywriting hook is. A copywriting hook is simply a phrase or sentence that pulls readers in and makes them want to continue reading. Then I got, before we dive in, let's first define what a copywriting hook is. So that one didn't work well. Second, copyright hooks are a phrase, sentence, or even title that pull readers in and make them want to continue reading. That one is perfect to replace those two phrases. Let's see the third one. Before we dive into this review, okay, let's first define what copywriting hooks are. A copywriting hook is simply a phrase or sentence that makes reader want to continue reading. Yeah, it works as well. So those two work as well. So point for WriterZen, it is paraphrasing perfectly. But if you select phrase by phrase, the result will be more precise. Let's try again. Let's select only that and then rewrite. Look, before we get into copywriting, let's first define what a copywriting hook is. Before we dive in, let's first define what a copywriting hook is. Before we dive into copywriting, let's first define what a copywriting hook is. So for that phrase, the AI is not being successfully. It's not easy for it to, paraphrase that. Then we can just start here and then do the second part manually, and it will work. Because this phrase is pretty simple. So we could change like that. Let's introduce you to what a copywriting hook is, and you change it, and then you can use the before you get into copywriting, and you're gonna change everything. Now let's select only that one, rewrite text rewriter. So here it worked better. A hook is a phrase or sentence that pull readers in and makes them want to continue reading. A copywriting hook is simply a sentence or phrase that pulls readers into the text and makes them want to continue reading. So again, a bit limited. Let's try to change the temperature. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to 5. So do that. When you select a phrase that the WriterZen is not able to paraphrase in the number 3, just go to 5 and look. A copywriting hook is a simple line or two that draws readers into your article. But it's pretty different, but you can use as a paraphrase. It makes sense. It was that grabbed the reader and caused them to continue reading. Not so good, but that second one you can use to replace part of the second phrase. You can see that the process still requires a good writer, because you need to understand which kind of copy would work better in the context you are writing. Let's again, but go into the number 4. So that one worked better. Look, a copywriting hook is a phrase or passage that draws in readers, making them want to continue reading. That's the best one. So you can start with the number 3, and if you are getting similar results, go to 4 and then go to 5. Okay, so that's the way to improve your workflow. And always try to get phrase by phrase. You're gonna rewrite it better. So text rewriter again, selecting 4. Let's see if it can change the before we dive in. Look, perfectly. Before we start, let's introduce you to what a copywriting hook is. Okay, before learning how to write hooks, let's introduce you, and then you can write a little bit more from here. Before we dive in, let's introduce you to what a copywriting hook is. So they were able to change the before we dive in to before we start. And if you change here, it changed almost all that first phrase. Okay? And it's good. It's a good phrase. Let's see again the same phrase, but let's select the explaining it to a child, starting on 3. Look, that one is really good. A copywriting hook is something that grabs a reader's attention and makes them want to read more. So it's perfect to replace it. Okay, so we can see that on explaining to a child, the temperature number 3 was okay to get our result. Let's go to 4. Didn't make sense. Can you see it? Only the first one made sense. A copywriting hook is a short sentence or phrase that makes the reader want to read on. It's not just a part of the title. It causes the reader to continue reading so they take action and get involved. It worked well, the first one. Again, how you are gonna paraphrase with WriterZen. First, remember what WorDPRESS does. Try to go phrase by phrase. You're gonna get better results. Otherwise, if you select the whole paragraph, they will not change many parts of the text. If you want something like a simple output, go to explain it to a child. If not, if you want to be technical, go to text rewriter. But remember that for blog posts, when you write simple, you're gonna engage your readers. So you can use explain it to a child a lot. You get good results. And here, before that, remember, start on 3, and if you're getting similar results, go to 4 and then 5. Let's see if it can. Let's use the same paragraph, and let's see if the tool can handle that paragraph well in the number 4, temperature. No, everything is different. Can you see? Everything is different. So as I said to you, you're going to get better results paraphrasing if you go phrase by phrase, and then the rule 3, 4, 5. Okay, I hope you like that tutorial, and just get WriterZen while you can get with the best price on AppSumo. The link is in the description. Thank you so much. Bye bye.